Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever you hear this message, I pray that you're poised to receive, to accept, and to respond to words of wisdom. Ashe. So today is the day of the Itadogun, which is our 16-day divination cycle. And early this morning, I cast Ifa for our community. And the message that was produced for us is something that speaks to the core of my work. And so I want to share it with you with the hopes that more people will understand the context of our spiritual practice right now as a community, some of the trends and the things that are working and things that aren't working, and why that is the case. One of the core messages of today's Itadogun is around the intersection between pleasure, comfort, and prosperity. Okay. And so when you think about the marketplace, you think about the mall, for example, a shopping center, it's saturated with pleasure, indulgence, right? The market has to be a pleasurable experience. It smells good, it looks good, it sounds good, it feels good, it's comfortable, it's neat, it's clean. There are beautiful people, everyone's well dressed. There's these wonderful fragrances coming out of all the stores. If it's food or if it's perfume, there's, this nice music is being played in the stores, right? The market and the shopping is a pleasurable experience. Now, the reason why that's the case is because, there's a feminine element to the market that is seductive by nature, and it is soothing by nature, but at the same time, it stimulates you, it excites you, it evokes desire in you, which that prompts you to buy things, right? Which is just the nature of the market. Okay, it's just the nature of the market according to our tradition, right? The market is a feminine space, okay, that is dominated not only by women but by the feminine essence. Now, if we pan out, however, in the big picture, and we start looking at the global economy, though, and we start looking at the influence of, for us, I'm going to speak specifically to African Americans and our place in the marketplace. We are in the big market here in the United States. This is the big, fat money is coming through the market of the United States, the economy of the United States. So the problem, however, is that the market exploits. Okay, we have an exploitative market. So all that natural attractiveness and seductiveness has been exploited for the benefit of a small minority. Okay, and so if you look at it all the way back to let's say to the colonial era, you look at how there was development happened around extraction. You build the town where the resource is, you build a road to the coast, and you build the town right there where the coast is, and that's the only place where development happens. Here's the mine, there's a nice road to the port, there's a nice town by the port, or there is a town at the port, and then they extract. So they're just taking and exporting. That's what I mean by it's exploitative. It's not developing anything outside of that. It has one purpose, which is to extract wealth and resources from the environment and take it someplace else. Now, what's that look like for us? Big picture, big picture. Big picture is you have a government, right? And then you have a lobbyist. Okay, so a lobbyist doesn't work for the government, but he or she has access to government officials. What does the lobbyist do? The lobbyist goes and sets up this great experience. Okay, we got this resort in the Dominican Republic. We got really pretty women. We got the best alcohol. We got all the choice, delicacies that you can partake of and just stimulate all your senses. You're there for a week, right? And we're just treating you. In the midst of it all, we have a little info session, and we have essentially written some policies. Let's say we're a pharmaceutical company, or let's say we're an oil company, right? We have written some policy for your state or your region, and we say, hey, look, how about you pass this policy? And by doing so, you can keep coming back and partying with us, number one. And number two, we'll kick in $25,000 for your next campaign. Or we know that you have this pet project over here, over there. We'll put in $100,000 to this pet project, right? And that pet project could be, something that is a company that your wife owns, or it's your wife's foundation. So we're going to basically pump money into your account under the guises of this pet project. All you got to do is pass this policy, right? So the lobbyist who works for the corporate entity isn't writing the law, but they're prepping it, and then the legal the official, the senator, the congressman, or what have you, just rubber stamps it and puts it through. This becomes law in your state. This becomes law in your region. This may become law in our country. That's written totally in the interest of a corporation, for them to get maximum profit, minimum consequence for indiscretion, etc. That's just one example, okay? And I'm giving you that kind of an example so you don't think it's like I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Go look it up. Go see what a lobbyist does. See how lobbying is working in your town, and you understand what I'm saying to you, right? You might have, in a similar situation where a pharmaceutical company, they have a certain drug, and they will appeal to doctors and have these doctors to prescribe this drug for anything. The drug really is for post-surgery, right? But they want to sell more of it. So they go to the doctor, they talk to the doctor, same kind of way as the lobbyists may have done, and they appeal to this doctor to write more prescriptions, so that, hey, prescribe this for people if they have a headache. Prescribe it if they have short of breath. Prescribe it if they have erectile dysfunction. Prescribe it if the child is autistic. Prescribe it if they can't sleep at night. Prescribe it. Just prescribe it. And we're going to take care of you. You're going to become rich. Okay? So when you listen to, for example, the radio, or you watch television, that's why you see this preponderance of these drugs, of these weird diagnoses that they come up with. I remember this didn't used to happen. This is a new phenomenon, right? Try Xanatex, try Babalabazex, and then they'll tell you all these side effects might cause blindness, deafness, death, paralysis, blah, 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 right? They go through all these side effects for this drug that supposedly is going to treat this obscure condition that you essentially self-diagnose, and then you go to a specialist, go to your periodontist, and ask him about blah, blah, and they'll prescribe this medication for you, right? What does this mean in terms of Orisa lifestyle? The same thing is happening within the ranks of Orisa lifestyle. Same thing is happening. You got people who are, for lack of better terms, just spokesmen for other folks, who are spokesmen for, actual priests and priestesses. They indulge these spokespeople. They'll give them beads, they'll give them pots, they'll give them titles, they'll tell them grandiose stories about who they are and their role in the tradition, knowing that these people have no qualifications, no training, no capability, no inclination for healing, restoration, human service at all. But what they can do is they can be a good spokesperson for this person's brand or whatever it is they sell. So what do? They come out and they're telling you that you need to get initiated to this, and you need to get initiated to that, and you need to get initiated into the other. And you are legitimately suffering with something. You have a real problem. But you're being told that the solution to this problem is this, miracle procedure, this miracle product, that all you got to do is have it, and then your problems are going to disappear, right? You're being seduced into something based upon real needs and your ego gratification, your pursuit of ego gratification. You want to feel better about yourself. You want to believe that you're solving your problem, okay? But deep in your heart that that's not how it works. That's the part that I want to address right now, because we can't alter the big picture as it is. The global economy, the national economy is what it is, and these things are in place, and we can say that they're legal. We can say that they're acceptable in the sense that there's nothing, there's no law or rule against it, but they're not good for the people. Just like the writing of these laws are only benefiting the corporations, and the prescription of these drugs are really only good for the corporations. The prescription of and the insistence upon that every single person is an initiate, everybody is a priest, everybody is a priestess, that's not good for you. It's not good for us collectively. Why? Because you, in order to improve your life, in order to truly improve your condition, you need to change. You can't just pop that pill. You got to regulate your diet. You got to regulate your consumption of alcohol, of drugs. You gotta practice time management. You need to go to bed at a certain time. You need to wake up at a certain time. The problem that you're having with your son isn't that the boy has some kind of it doesn't have ADHD. You need to sit down with him. You need to make time to teach him how to read. You need to make time to take him to the library and to the museum, right? It is about effort. It's about changing your lifestyle. It's about creating a structure for progress, and then going through the necessary steps to evolve. You can't just pop a pill. You can't just put something on and voila, you've changed your identity. You've changed the quality of your vibration. Nothing happens like that. So in order for you, and you know this, I'm just telling you what you already know. Okay? So, but in order for you to create the experience that you really need for yourself and for the people who matter most, you've got to recognize when you're being hustled, when you're being pandered to, and it's not about, you know, putting shade on people's programs. I understand what's happening. I understand why it's happening, but I need you to understand that if you're sincere about growth, if you genuinely want to improve, if you want to elevate and be better 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, without all the side effects, then you're going to build your development from the bottom up. You're going to cultivate your spiritual power and connection from the inside out. And you're going to stop allowing impatience, laziness, lack of discipline, a desire for shortcuts. You're gonna stop allowing those things to dictate. You're gonna stop letting your senses dictate the decisions that you make, and you're gonna start making the necessary difficult decisions to really and genuinely elevate your status and create, you know, the kind of lifestyle and the kind of outcomes that you really, really and truly want. So this is, as always, a genuine and sincere message to the leaders, the people who want to practice, first of all, personal leadership, and then those who want to practice collective leadership and want to improve the world through positive influence. If you're one of those people, then I want you to find out how Oloye, Obafemi Origuwa, and the Orisa Lifestyle Academy can help you take your practice and your life to the highest level. Visit me at obafemi.com, obafemio.com, or orishalifestyle.com, and let's start working together to help you live the medicine that will heal your life and heal the lives of those who you're destined to serve. I look forward to working with you. Bye for now. Odabo.